just ended with the longest reigning monarch. King Charles and his royal relatives, some 500 heads of state and dignitaries, gathered in the Abbey where Elizabeth was married and where 7 decades ago she was crowned.
In grief and also in profound thanksgiving, we come to this house of God, to a place of prayer, to a church where remembrance and hope are sacred duties.
The coffin is being carried out of the Abbey, and then, a few minutes from now, pipers and drummers will lead the most massive military procession since the funeral of Winston Churchill in 1965. This woman camped out overnight for a good view.
It's a moment of history. It's a moment that we've never get to experience probably in our lifetime.
King Charles leading his royal relatives in a 2-mile procession through central London, including 2 of the youngest royals, commentator Tina Brown.
The little Prince George and his sister Charlotte, this is their first real inculcation into the royal training. They've already appeared on the Jubilee balcony, but this is what they are going to remember for the rest of their lives when they walked behind Queen Elizabeth II's coffin.
Then the royal to Windsor Castle for burial beside her late husband and royal relatives. I'm Vicki Barker in London. Now with more CBS News, here's Monica Ricks.
Puerto Rico is in the dark this morning after a devastating hit from Fiona. Meteorologist Mike Seidel is there.
Hurricane Fiona crashed to shore with force in Puerto Rico on Sunday. Authorities have opened shelters and closed public beaches, urging people to remain indoors. Historic levels of rain are triggering landslides and flooding.
The governor says the damage is catastrophic. In Alaska, a state of disaster after remnants of a typhoon caused severe flooding there. CBS's Jonathan Bigliotti.
From Newtok to Nome, entire towns were completely submerged, with roads destroyed and homes ripped off their foundation.
Some high-profile insurrection trials start soon in Washington.
Doug Jensen of Iowa is the man prosecutors say was at the front of that mob January 6th, confronting that solitary U.S. Capitol Police officer. He goes on trial this week, and that officer, Eugene Goodman, is expected to testify.
CBS's Scott McFarlane. And Nissan is recalling more than 200,000 Frontier and Titan pickup trucks in the U.S. The company says they can roll away, even in park. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now, the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
SpaceX has launched another series of satellites. More now from CBS's Peter King.
SpaceX had been 0 for 4 for this one because of the weather. The forecast was not promising for Sunday night's launch until it was.
And liftoff of Starlink 4-34. Go Falcon 9.
This particular launch wasn't particularly remarkable on its own. SpaceX has launched hundreds of Starlink satellites already. What is remarkable is the sheer volume of launches from the Cape this year. 40 in 38 weeks, 33 of them belonging to SpaceX. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
City officials in Miami Beach are now considering a dead or alive bounty on invasive iguanas. Experts say the large lizards are killing other wildlife, leaving their waste all over the place, and taking over public and private properties. Earlier this year, the city also bumped its budget for iguana removal to $200,000 a year. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navon. Navon will save an in one nostril around the back of the nose, flushing out allergens and their nose makes you feel better, a lot better. Nearly 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying it's the best product I've ever used. It's amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe, sleep, more or less. Sitting home on you. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
MyPillow is having their biggest bed sheet sale ever. The MyPillow Percale sheets are available in a variety of colors, and all sizes are on sale. For example, the
missed two of them.
regular price $89.98, now only $39.98 with your promo code. Order now, as there's a very limited supply. The MyPillow Percale sheets are breathable and have a cool, crisp feel. They have deep pockets to fit over any mattress. These come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code Westwood to receive the MyPillow Percale sheets for as low as $29.98. Order now, because when they're gone, or call 800-653-7485 and use promo code Westwood.
We tried Dynavite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynavite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynavite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynavite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynavite.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small businesses create bold signs to make big impressions. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 10/1. Visit staples.com/thisisyoursign for details. This is your sign to print big at Staples.
Mostly sunny again as we head throughout our Monday afternoon, but after starting things off in the 60s, low 90s, easy to come by today and again tomorrow with the low and mid 90s taking over. The last couple of days of summer will be a lot hotter than where we have been over the past week, with upper 90s making their way back in the forecast by Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity still low though, so it's more of a dry heat. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville, 231 south out of Wetumpka and north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. Keep listening, we'll keep you posted. Get ready for football and fall in Midtown Plaza. Shop Shoe Carnival, Cato, Cricket Wireless, Young America Insurance, and more. Midtown Plaza and Street off of I-85, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on old bald tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. The 10 days of public mourning following the death of Queen Elizabeth has ended, and today the world pauses for her state funeral at Westminster Abbey. President Joe Biden, along with other world leaders and dignitaries, will be among the 2,000 invited guests to her state funeral as Queen leaves London for the last time. With fall only a few days away, AAA Alabama believes drivers could soon see more relief at the gas pump, as prices could even dip below $3 a gallon. Right now, the average cost of regular gas in Alabama is $3.25. Chick-fil-A is set to open a second location in Prattville this week. The newest location will be at 2021 Fairview Avenue. It's set to open Thursday and will have dine-in, drive-through, mobile ordering, and a playground. It's operated by Daniel Greer, who also operates the city's other location on Cobbs Ford Road. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headline.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a
Me
full-blown
too.
asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from a mosquito. He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit Pestful. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
The sun may be bearing down, but that doesn't mean that outside activities stop. And overdoing it in Alabama's extreme temperatures and high humidity can have serious consequences. When temperatures go up, so does the risk for heat illness. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke tend to be two of the most common forms of heat-related illnesses. Heat exhaustion is the milder form and can occur after exposure to high temperatures and lack of fluids, but it isn't something to be taken lightly. Heat exhaustion can easily progress into a more serious illness like heat stroke, which can damage the brain and other vital organs and even cause death. Heat stroke, sometimes called a sunstroke, occurs when the body is unable to cool itself down. Protect yourself from heat-related illnesses by drinking plenty of water while outside, staying indoors during extreme heat, and eliminating strenuous activities during the hottest part of the day. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
Join Sean Hannity, Sundays at 4 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
And here we go. Here we go. Go.
You need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. And it is another day to celebrate being on top of the ground while the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. It is time for our daily bread. It is September the 19th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Imaginative Faith. The scripture insight today comes from Isaiah 55, 6 through 13. Isaiah 55 and 12 says, the mountains and hills will burst into song before you. Imagine that. And again, it is September the 19th, 2022 AD. It is a day like all the other days of old, which has never been. And it is a day that once is gone, it shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you ought to do this day. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do. So what is
Whatever it is that you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day, September the 19th, 2022. If you've been around a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, make sure if you can, when you can, while you can, reach back and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful, because you're not a failure until you quit. Oh, we'll say, give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up, because quitters, well, they don't win. And while winners may lose a time or two, because we all do, they'll never be a loser because they didn't quit. My mother said, put one foot in front of the other. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And it is not the falling down that gives you strength. It is the getting up every time you fall. And no matter what happens to you on this day, September the 19th, 2022, no matter what happens, it is still a great day to be alive. Imaginative faith. That is our daily bread for this day, September the 19th, 2022 AD. Time to rise and shine, Montgomery. For your edification, our daily bread. Good morning to you. Don't go back to sleep. Don't hit that snooze. You need this. So do I.
Hello, my friend. Thanks for joining us for today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. The devotional for today, titled Imaginative Faith, was written by James Banks. Look, Papa, those trees are waving at God. As we watched young birches bending in the wind before an oncoming storm, my grandson's excited observation made me smile. It also made me ask myself, do I have that kind of imaginative faith? Reflecting on the story of Moses and the burning bush, the poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning wrote that earth's crammed with heaven, and every common bush of fire with God, but only he who sees takes off his shoes. God's handiwork is evident all around us in the wonders of what he has made, and one day when the earth is made new, we'll see it like never before. God tells us about this day when he proclaims through the prophet Isaiah, "You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands." Singing mountains, clapping trees? Why not? Paul noted in Romans chapter 8 that the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay and brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God. Jesus once spoke of stones crying out in Luke 19, and his words echo Isaiah's prophecy about what lies ahead for those who come to him for salvation. When we look to him with faith that imagines what only God can do, we'll see his wonders continue forever. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Isaiah chapter 55, verses 6 through 13. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake their ways, and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to the Lord, and he will have mercy on them, and to our God, for he will freely pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return to it without watering the earth, and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn bush will grow the juniper, and instead of briars, the myrtle will grow. This will be for the Lord's renown, for an everlasting sign that will endure forever. Now let's pray. Loving God, we praise you that no one is more creative than you are. Please help us to see you in all of creation and stand in wonder of all that you are and all that you can do. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, it's Monday. It's time for PT. It's time to get out. Let's get to moving. General, let's do it. Airborne. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. Every day. We run to the sun.
No sweat. Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees.
Oh, yes. We got nothing to eat but a pan of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that.
Here we go. All the way. Gotta be
rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, knees in the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne. All the way, drive it on. All the way airborne. I'm warming up. Driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain, well, I picked him up parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light green to the tearing glow. All the way airborne, all the way. Drive it on. All the way airborne, all the way. Drive it on. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. All right, it's time for the run. Who's calling cadence today? Not me. Somebody's calling. Get Sergeant Smith out there. Join now. There we go. Hard work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. Earn my pay. Hard work. Oh yeah. I get up by the 2:45. And earn my pay. Hard work. Make the call. Hard work. The doors in the morning. Hard work. Let's go to work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Hard work. Hard work. You gotta do it right. Hard work. There we go. Is it over yet? I'm ready to rock. Hard work. I'm earning my pay. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. Work. We do it. Got it. Work. I go to work. On the airplane. In the early morning rain. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. Let me hear. Woo! work. Set them on down.
Hard work. The engines are on.
Woo!
The mission is going.
Okay, I got it. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Oh. Okay. All right. Woo! This PT's getting tough for the old guy. Woo! I ain't gonna quit though. I'm gonna keep on going, keep on moving. You gotta keep moving. Don't never quit, never give up, never ever give up. Anyway, good morning to you. Now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and let's not forget Space Force. And every once in a while, we need to not forget the merchant mariners, who without World War II would have been a lot tougher to win. And we might be speaking German over here, German on this part of the country. Never can tell. Also, I want to say good morning to my good friends at the Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning to the Police Department. Good morning to the Sheriff Department. Good morning to all the paramedics and the Fire Department and George's crew and all the folks. And good morning. Hey, if we're going to kiss up, somebody can do something for you. Good morning, Mr. Mayor Stephen Reed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In this business, you got to know how to pucker up every once in a while. Also, to all the folks who go in when everybody else is running out, somebody, someplace has to sit on the fence at night and defend this nation and says, not on my watch. We pay homage to all those young men and women and some old ones who've gone before us and done it, and those who are doing it now, and those who will do it afterwards. As long as the Democrats don't kill it. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. Of course, that is the Air War College out there where the intellectual brains meet periodically to go through I guess they go over their strategy. I like to call them Montgomery's top guns out there on base. Good morning to you. They don't have Sergeant Major, so I would kiss up to him, but I don't know who that is out there. They got a bunch of them out there. They got no Sergeant Major on the post like Army does, you know. That's why I be kissing him up too. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine, Montgomery, Alabama. It's a great day to be alive. And last but certainly not least, the United States Marine Corps, whose motto is Semper Fidelis, but the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that. So they said simplify, make it simple, keep it simple and stupid. Whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, not sometimes, not on the weekends, but always faithful. Good morning, jarheads. I would have been a Marine. Okay, you don't hear it? Okay, you're going to hear it one more time this year, I'm telling you what happened to me. You're going to hear it one more time. I promise. Yeah, they want me one of those white hats, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah, I started to buy me one to just walk around like some of those guys on Facebook do. Just put me a Marine Corps hat on and a pair of them blue pants. But somebody would ask me 2 questions I couldn't answer. Then next thing I know, they didn't open up a can of whoop ass on me. And then, and I would have rightfully deserved it, but I had to fight back. Anyway, good morning to you. It's not my fault they took out on me because I was short. I mean, come on, man. I mean, who does that? See, they can't get away with that today because you got to have DEI. Yeah, diversity, inclusion, and equity. Yeah, we got to have all that stuff now. See, I don't know. I think the short people should get together and let's form our own something. I'll figure that out later on. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Now we got to take a break, but when we get done, we shall come back and talk to you guys out there about saying. Don't forget, we got lessons of life, but we do have a little audio thing this morning. Mondays and Fridays we do this, and it's from Tim Tebow. It's called A Life of Significance because somebody wanted to hear Friday, but the other guy won out. The other one went out, so now we're gonna play it this morning. It really is. It really is. Tim Tebow hit a home run on this one. All right, so we'll be back. Uno momento. So don't y'all go no play, okay? Because we'll be right back.
Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Over
where you only
here,
pay for
over
what
there.
you need.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage.
Tally.
Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Mostly sunny again as we head throughout our Monday afternoon, but after starting things off in the 60s, low 90s, easy to come by today and again tomorrow with the low and mid 90s taking over. The last couple of days of summer will be a lot hotter than where we have been over the past week, with upper 90s making their way back into the forecast by Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity's still low though, so it's more of a dry heat. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville, 231 south out of Wetumpka and north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Get ready for football and fall in Midtown Plaza. Shop Shoe Carnival, Cato, Cricket Wireless, Young America Insurance, and more. Midtown Plaza and Street off of I-85. Another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
With the release of Overwatch 2 next month, it was just announced that new heroes will only be unlockable through the Battle Pass. Players are outraged as new heroes were available on release day until now. With new heroes no longer being available at the start, players are rightfully worried that they'll be at a disadvantage to players who pay to get the hero early. It'll be interesting to see how this system impacts the competitive scene once the game is in the hands of the public.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Geico presents Daily Affirmation.
Sometimes you think these people are real.
Our thoughts
They're not real. It's a game.
like the ocean.
It's a game.
Our thoughts create our reality. We're thinking Geico offers claim service 24/7 with personalized attention.
It's a game.
Geico offers claim service? I wasn't thinking that.
We think it and it becomes our reality.
So, what about washboard abs?
Let's give it a go. Think really hard.
Okay, abs.
Yeah, keep thinking.
To manifest more Geico in your life, go to geico.com.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to montgomerymenshealth.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline.
So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Shannon, how can you let the people in Montgomery know about what Daddy does? You mean tell people he's a foot doctor? Yeah, a podiatrist. There's gotta be a way to spread the word about the surgeries he does and stuff. You mean like bunions and hammer toes? Yeah, and treating heel pain, burning in the feet, and corns. Like that time that lady had fungus in her toenails and they started looking better? I just want people to know that my dad, Dr. Brian Kelly, can be seen without a referral and he accepts most insurances. You should probably give them the phone number, 265-7585. Yeah, 265-7585. I just said that. Well, let's say it again. 265-7585. Maybe we should tell them our offices are in Montgomery in Greenville. You just did. Like us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. And remember, happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, good morning. How's everybody doing? All right, got a little Tebow thing here. Okay, wait, I don't have it. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here's my little Tebow thing. It's called A Life of Significance. It's an interesting story about a guy who took a photograph. And most of you probably have seen this photograph through the history. The guy took it back in the 1990s. There was a little child in Africa who was barely moving, and she was moving so slow that what you call those birds that wait for you to die. The birds would follow her. Now, the only good news out of this story is my understanding that child who was followed by, what do they call those birds? Can't think of what they call them. But she lived. But she was on the last hope of living. And he took the picture. And Tim Tebow kind of gets on him for not, even though he did kill himself. I think he felt a lot guilty about that himself. He got on him for not doing something. I don't know. And we all can sit. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. Everybody knows what to do once it's over. But I don't know what anybody would have done. They got diseases over there that you don't know. We would like to think that we would have done something. And the truth be told, we don't know what we would have done in that situation. We don't know. So anyway, listen to it. It's a great piece this morning. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called A Life of Significance rather than one of success. We'll be back.
Bus at our hotel, and we would drive right by the stadium, and we would stop at what's called the Gator Walk. In every game I played there was probably 20 to 40,000 fans at this Gator Walk, ready to greet us as we get off the bus. I would see all these people. I gotta tell you, there were a lot of voices that started to hit me. One of the first voices that instantly hit me was pride and arrogance, because I would look out and I would see thousands of jerseys with my number on it. I would look out and I would see Bible verses that they were wearing because I wore them. And so for a second you thought, dang, I'm something. They're here for me. This is pretty cool. I must be somebody. There's a picture that I stumbled across. And it's one of times 100 most influential images of all time. And it's the picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer. So he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything. And so he didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, that man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's going to be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're going to look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful. But more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're going to have a life of significance.
I never get tired of hearing that. Although I think he was a little rough on the young man, since he did kill himself. He felt terrible too. But I never get tired of hearing that, because we forget often. We're so wrapped up. Me too. And doing for ourselves, it's difficult sometimes to remember other people. It is. And maybe we should take a little more time and do that. Anyway, good morning to you. 860-1440, a life of, and wait. Now, you remember what he said? Success is for you, but being significant is for all of those around you. So he wants you to have a life of significance as opposed to one of success. Success is great, though. I love it. As soon as I find out, I'll let you know what it feels like. But I like to have some, but sometimes you do it. Sometimes you don't. Anyway, good morning to you. All right, let me get my lessons of life right here, because I got some right here. I spent yesterday looking this up and trying to think about what we were going to talk about today. Now, this is the part of the show where we get the lessons of life as well as the word of the day. Got the word of the day. Yeah. I'm trying to help you guys build your vocabulary up. Okay. Now the word of the day is a word that well, it's kind of hit and miss in our current society today. It's kind of hit and miss, but yet and still, it's still part of it's still part of the lexicon. It's a matter kind of like that word discipline. We hear about it. It's kind of like Sasquatch, though. We heard about it. We know it exists someplace out there, but we just can't seem to find it too often these days. But anyway, so much for that. Okay. So let us go and close my little thing there. So, what is the word of the day? Well, the word of the day is an interesting one. It means a hope or ambition of achieving something. Now, you got to be careful with the something, because you could want to achieve robbing a guy. That's not good. It all. But then again, though, that's what the word means. It means achieving something. Okay, a hope or ambition of achieving something. You just have to work. What our goal here is that what is it that we want to achieve? Okay, so what is the word? It is aspiration. You aspire to be great at something, to be significant at something, to be successful at something. Our goal, our task is to find out what that is. That's our goal, is to find out what we want to be significant or successful at. But the word again is aspiration. Okay, now the lesson of life today is this. There are two words. There are two words in the English language when they are put together can change the world. They can change relationships. There's two words. They can change relationships. They can change circumstances. They can mend broken hearts and broken fences. But it does seem that these two words have a difficult time at times getting together. I mean, small words. And you know how many letters it is, those two words? Let's see, how many letters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. Coordinated in the right in the right order can change the world, or at least change your world. Anybody know what that word is? Those two words are? Come on. You know what they are. Come on. Two words put together can change many, many, many circumstances. Can change your world and make somebody else's world just a little bit better. Okay, anybody know what those two words are? Okay, come on. Call me. You can have a free call this hour. Anybody know what the words are? 860-1440. I'm gonna let somebody answer that question this morning. All right. I don't normally take calls this hour, but somebody's got to know what those two words are. Two words can change the world if you put them together. Okay, they won't do anything all by themselves. You got to put them together. Nobody's up. Nobody knows. Okay, you can text me 241-9998. Let's see if anybody knows the two words are. Come on. I know I'm the smartest guy on radio, but I'm not the smartest guy in town. So I know somebody knows these two words put together can change the world. It can change your world, and it certainly can change somebody else's world. Okay. Nobody really knows. I'll come back to those two words later on. Okay. Now, let's go with the because I want somebody's got to know what those two words put together are. Okay, so I'll by the time I get done with these things that happen in history, some of the things that happen in history. Wait, there's somebody. Okay, somebody knows. What are they? Okay, not exactly the two words I was looking for, but those are good two words too, I guess. Okay, that's not the one. But that's not. But those two words are good too, if you mean it. Those two words are good too. Can't argue with that. All right. But I'm thinking about two words that we have to tell one another. Two words we have to tell one another, and we can change each other's world. Anyway, let's go with some of the things that happened on this day. It is September the 19th. It is the 262nd day of the year. There are 103 days left in this year of 2022. It was on this day in 2008. Let's see now what happened on 2000. Let me make sure I can read this up. There we go. There we go. It was on this day in 2008, struggling to stave off financial catastrophe, the Bush administration laid out a radical bailout plan calling for a takeover of $500 billion or more in worthless mortgages and other bad debt held by teetering institutions. They relieved investors, sent stocks soaring and Wall Street and around the globe. So I guess everybody gets a little welfare every once in a while. In 1777, the first battle of Saratoga was fought during the Revolutionary War. Although British forces succeeded in driving out the American troops, the Americans prevailed in a second battle the following month. Okay. In 1776, President George Washington's farewell address was published. In it, America's first chief executive advised, observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. I think those are still great words to live by today. 1881, the 20th president of the United States, James A. Garfield, died 2.5 months after being shot by Charles, whatever his last name was, and Chester Alan Arthur became president. In 1934, Bruno Hauptmann was arrested in New York and charged with the kidnapped murder of 20-month-old Charles A. Lindbergh Jr. The year was 1970. Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted on CBS TV. And as they say, the rest is history. The year was 1982. The smiley emoticon was invented by Carnegie Mellon University. You know, the face with the smile on it? Yeah, that's what it came about in 1982. Okay. I don't know why, but it made the news. Okay. Scott Fallman, who suggested punctuating humorously intended computer messages with a colon followed by a hyphen and a parenthesis as a horizontal smile face. In 1985, the Mexico City was struck by a devastating earthquake that killed at least 9,500 people. The year was 1986. I was coming through South Bend, Indiana, to see my mom, headed to Honolulu. I just thought y'all might want to know that. 1986, federal health officials announced that the experimental drug AZT would be made available for thousands of AIDS patients. In 1995, the New York Times and Washington Post published a manifesto of Unibarber Ted Kaczynski, which proved instrumental in identifying and capturing him. I mean, if you're going to write a manifesto, you might want to have somebody else write it. Because, you know, invariably, you're going to put stuff on there that lead them to you. I'm just saying, you might not want to write your own manifesto. You might want to let somebody else do that for you. I'm just saying. 1996, IBM announced it would extend health benefits to the partners of its gay employees. You know, I really don't have a problem with that. Really, I don't have. I mean, there are people who've been together, whether they're gay couple or not, been together for a long time, and all of a sudden somebody gets sick, and you tell them, oh, you can't go back there and see them because you're not immediate family. Well, I don't know. The relationship they have with God and whatever issue that is, that's their issue. But I do believe that people who are gay folks ought to have the same rights to visit one another in the hospital and like everybody else does. I'm just saying. I know y'all thought that didn't come from me. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Okay, I'm just saying. 2001, the Pentagon ordered dozens of advanced aircraft to the Persian Gulf region as an hour of military retaliation of deadly terrorist attacks on September 11th. Okay, it was coming. We was getting ready for it. 2004, became this guy, I don't know how to put it, Hu Jintao, okay, became the undisputed leader of China with a departure of former President Jiang Zemin from his top military post. And it was 13 years ago. Russia said it would scrap a plan to deploy missiles near Poland after Washington dumped a planned missile shield of Eastern Europe. Art Ferrante, 88, half of the panel group, Ferrante and Tyson, never heard of, died in Longboat Key, Florida. Okay, never heard of the guy, but that's okay. They said it was about 8 years ago that President Barack Obama signed a legislation authorizing the military to arm and train moderate Syrian rebels fighting Islamic State militants in the Middle East. Shortly after President Obama and his daughters left the White House by helicopter, a man with a knife jumped the fence and made it into the presidential residence before being attacked. See, they ought to put a little electricity on that fence, and the brother would have jumped right back. I'm just saying, y'all might want to think about that. Okay. All right then. Omar Gonzalez, an Army veteran with mental health issues, was later sentenced to 17 months in prison. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba debuted as a publicly traded company and swiftly climbed to nearly 40% on the mammoth IPO. Now, you know what I can understand about people with mental illnesses? Here's what I don't understand. This is just me. Why, if you have a mental illness, you only do wrong things? We don't have a mental illness that makes you just do good things. I mean, why is it that when you get a mental illness, why can't you start like building on somebody's house or something, or cutting grass or something like that? I mean, why is it when you do mental, you got to shoot somebody, run at somebody, jump the fence at the White House, hijack a car? We don't have mental illnesses with positive results. Okay, I'm just asking that. It seems like everybody wants to blame mental illness when somebody do something bad, but there's got to be a mental illness out there. Maybe I'll be the first one with it. Where you just do great things. Go to the store, stand outside, don't beg for money, take people's groceries to the car for them. Call that a mental illness. I'll go next door to your neighbor and say, "You need some help? I ain't got anything to do." Let's do that. That's a mental. No. All of our mental illnesses have got to be shrouded in something bad. I don't get that. Okay, I mean, does mental illnesses only know bad stuff to do? I mean, they don't know anything positive to do. I'm just asking the question because I just wonder. Okay, I mean, somebody ought to be able to answer that. So there's got to be someplace a positive. There's got to be a positive mental illness someplace. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right then. I guess that's the end of this hour. So we'll come back. Uno momento. I'm just asking the question. In school, well, he can't do it because he got a mental illness. Well, how did he figure out how to do it if he had a mental illness? I can't figure that out. How do you figure out only to do bad things? I'm just asking the question. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just asking the question because I do not know. Why can't you do that? Okay. Look out.
Today is a public mourning following the death of Queen Elizabeth has ended, and today the world pauses for her state funeral at Westminster Abbey. President Joe Biden, along with other world leaders and dignitaries, will be among the 2,000 invited guests to her state funeral as the Queen leaves London for the last time. With fall only a few days away, AAA Alabama believes drivers could soon see more relief at the gas pump, as prices could even dip below $3 a gallon. Right now, the average cost of regular gas in Alabama is $3.25. Chick-fil-A is set to open a second location in Prattville this week. The newest location will be at 2021 Fairview Avenue. It's set to open Thursday and will have dine-in, drive-through, mobile ordering, and a playground. It's operated by Daniel Greer, who also operates the city's other location on Cobbs Ford Road. I'm Jasmine Williams with your Morning Headline.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Futterman at Westminster Abbey in London. A moving and touching goodbye to Queen Elizabeth as her state funeral takes place.
With admiration, we recall her lifelong sense of duty and dedication to her people.
With more than 500 world leaders and dignitaries attending, including President Biden, the Queen was saluted by the Archbishop of Canterbury.
We pray today especially for all her family.
There is still one more event later today at Windsor Castle. Here's CBS's Vicki Barker.
The imperial state crown, the orb, and the scepter will be lifted from the Queen's coffin, separating her from her crown for the final time.
At the end of the one-hour state funeral, God Save the King was played. The Queen's body is now on its way to Windsor. She will be laid to rest alongside her husband, Prince Philip. I'm Steve Futterman at Westminster Abbey in London. Now with more CBS News, here's Monica Ricks.
Millions are waking up with no power in Puerto Rico and many others in cleanup mode. People are removing downed trees and other debris after getting hammered by Hurricane Fiona. CBS's Naomi Ruckham.
Authorities have opened more than 100 shelters across the island. In the south, evacuees say they are worried about the houses they left behind. Forecasters warn even more rain is expected today, with totals in eastern and southern Puerto Rico reaching up to 30 inches.
The storm's now battering the Dominican Republic and expected to hit Bermuda next. In Alaska, Governor Mike Dunleavy says remnants of a typhoon are causing all sorts of problems.
Communities have been impacted greatly. Combination of high water, flooding, erosion, electrical issues with the airport.
Tides there reached up to 18 feet. The governor says it's the worst storm in decades. China is now criticizing President Biden's comments about the U.S. defending Taiwan. Mr. Biden talked about it last night with CBS's Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes.
Would U.S. forces defend the island?
Yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack.
China's foreign ministry says that remark violates Washington's commitment not to support formal independence for Taiwan, which Beijing says could lead to war. There are fears Russia's war in Ukraine will influence an invasion. Meantime, the U.S. has carried out a prisoner swap with the Taliban. Navy veteran and civilian contractor Mark Frericks has been held for more than 2 years in Afghanistan. He was traded for a Taliban drug lord. In a statement, his family says they prayed every day for his release. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
State University is making some big changes to Greek life on campus over a deadly hazing incident. Here's CBS's Christopher Cruz.
Adam Oakes from Loudoun County, Virginia, died of alcohol poisoning in February 2021 after a Delta Chi party where the freshman was told to drink an entire 1.75-liter bottle of Jack Daniels. A medical examiner said Adam's blood alcohol content was 5 times the legal driving limit. Now, Virginia Commonwealth University has agreed to pay Adam's family almost $1 million and make major changes to the school's Greek life. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
The hills were alive with the sound of flames crackling. Firefighters put out a small fire in a cluster of palm trees after a big show at the Hollywood Bowl last night as crowds were leaving in LA. No one was hurt, but people were stuck there for a while since fire crews had to block some roads to get the fire out. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at dynovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you can cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio, with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is a paid advertisement. Lafayette Herker with principal offices in Houston, Texas, is responsible for the content of this advertisement. Brandon Pettijohn is attorney licensed in North Carolina. Attention! All military members or military families or contractors that spend time at the Marine Base Camp Lejeune. If you or a family member lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune at any time from 1953 to 1987, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-927-2971 now to see if you qualify. That's right. Marines, their families, employees, contractors, and anyone who lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Studies have found the water at Camp Lejeune was contaminated with toxic chemicals for decades, causing serious health conditions such as cancer, Parkinson's, leukemia, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Congress has approved and President Biden signed into law allowing anyone to spend time at the base to seek the justice they deserve. Billions have been set aside for victims of toxic water claims. If you or a loved one was at Camp Lejeune at any time through 1987 and developed a serious health condition, you or your family may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-927-2971. That's 800-927-2971. 800-927-2971.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden Incoherently Adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. Okay, where's my thing right here? There we go. There we go. There we go. The best that you can do is fun. Okay, now I was supposed to have a guest this morning, but I can't tell you who it is because they're not able to come today. But we're going to have on tomorrow. We're going to have on tomorrow. So today, it's just going to be us talking about the things of life in Montgomery. You know, notice somebody on Facebook was complaining that the city was spending money at the soccer field or something, and they wanted. Evidently, according to them, I'm not sure about this stuff. Now they say according to them, they're spending some of that emergency money, I guess, on soccer fields or something. I'm not sure. So we'll just have to see how that works out. Let me see. How does that go? What did they say? Okay, because I got it right here someplace. And I was just wondering what they were talking about. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Blah, blah, blah. What is two inmates escaped that? Okay. Public invited to honor POWs, MIAs in Alabama State Capitol of the day. That was outstanding. Let me see now. Let me see. I got this credit thing last night. Okay, well, I got it. Well, somebody was complaining. Let me see now. Let me see. What somebody was complaining about. Okay. I get to that in a second. I get that in a second. Okay. 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 Well, I can't find it. I got on this paper someplace, and I'll figure that out later on. There was one thing before I go to my. Well, first of all, let me tell you about our sponsor for this hour. It's JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's right. They got online inventory. Go to jlanetruckandauto.com and you can check out the cars that are available today. Okay. You can buy there, you can pay there. So you don't have to kiss the ring of Montgomery Credit Bureau. Okay. They understand that every once in a while, like Dave Ramsey said, life happens. And when life happens, sometimes you need somebody to reach out a hand to you and give you a hand up. Well, that's what JLA Truck and Auto is for. If you walking and you want to be riding, but life happened to you and things happen, things go bad sometimes. Where they are there to help you. The best company in town. I would send my mom, my sister, my brother over there to see these guys. That's how much I trust them. The cars have been clean. They have been cleared of all known issues and passed a rigorous and vigorous process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road, but you might want to go to the website first. Make sure they got the car you want. If they don't have the car you want, Steve will get it for you, or he'll do his level best to do that for you. The number is 272-4313. That's 272-4313. You might want to give them a call first and let them know you're on your way so they can have your coffee ready at the table for you and all that good stuff. Have a nice cup of coffee or soda, whatever it is that you prefer to, whatever beverage you prefer. Okay, you can't get a Budweiser or anything like that, but you can get a cup of coffee and probably in a Coke. Okay, and sit down and talk to Mr. Lane or Steve, and they'll work with you. Okay, I'm just telling you, no reason to be walking. No reason to be walking at all when they can help you ride. And again, now, nice thing, you can pay there, you can buy there. So you don't have to go kiss the ring at the bank, at the credit union, anything like that. They will help you get into a car. Be honest, be straightforward, look the man in his eye, give the man the word, and make sure your word's worth something. And I guarantee you, they will help you start riding. I mean, how can you get around there without riding? You got to take kids to the shop, take them to the hospital, take them to nursing, take them to doctor's appointments. So how can you get there? Can't do that on the bus. I wish you could, but you can't. You gotta have a car. Okay. JL Lane Truck and Auto, jlanetruckandauto.com. Before I get to anything seriously here. Good morning. Who's this? This is he. Turn that radio down. I'm doing pretty good. Well, listen, I'm with you. I get tired of the complaint. I get tired of coming back to us when they lose the fight rather than take us with them to the fight. And they don't. They don't do that. The Democratic plan is in force already. Our Constitution, our Constitution does not give us the authority. Right, but absentee ballot was meant for people who could not vote, or who would not be in the city, would not be in. It ain't because you too lazy to get out. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Mm. No, but you gotta fault the voters who don't get out and vote. Yeah, but you gotta. They don't vote. 10%. We got 3 to 10% of the people who qualified to vote. So I mean, yeah. Because they keep putting the same people back in office too. That guy been but the mayor's been the mayor since 2017. Exactly, and he has been there since 2017. 18, 19, 20. Well, that's 5 years. He could have did something. I'm not, but why y'all keep giving excuses to these people though? They've been there 5 years as mayor. Did the mayor know anything about it? Well, why didn't he? He the mayor, been mayor for 5 years. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait a minute. You just got done saying something a few minutes ago that I agree with. Why do we make excuses for the failures of black politicians? Yeah, yes. Wait. The mayor of Jackson, Mississippi is a black guy. He responsible. No, he's responsible. Who? Again, that well, well, we don't really play. I mean, black folks don't really play soccer now. Come on, we don't play soccer. Maybe, but I can't stand it. Yeah. But has anybody asked? Well, let me ask them. Has anybody in the black community asked for a soccer field? Mm. Okay, but I don't know why you think I got it. Wait a minute.
To put in their pocket to help a few of their friends, they're okay.
Well, I don't have to be afraid of any of them.
Well, I'm just saying because see, a few minutes ago you didn't even want to call this out. You have that on your computer what they said about that. But the because the guy that doing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Aren't I the one that brought it up this morning? Okay. Okay. Well, when I see something I think is wrong, it's wrong. And I do think Boyd and I saw Dale and them put stuff on Facebook. I do think Tony Knight, I do think they got a point. But here's the problem. You can't I remember Emory Farmer said something one day at the city council meeting. He said, the reason why y'all don't have anything, because they don't ask for nothing. But so who do you blame? Who do you blame? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, again, right. But again, you making excuses for them rather than blaming them. They are the representatives. City council, county commissioners, board of education members. It looks like everything in the black community is substandard, and we got black representation. Who is to blame? You can't blame the citizens. Yeah. Well, has anybody in the black community asked for a soccer field? Uh, who's asked? Who's asked? Who's well, if you don't answer my radio, say you didn't ask, because I'm the man. No, I don't want to interrupt. Listen, I think I can like these community centers. I think they ought to be used. I think mayor is trying to put some money in those things, get them things used. I do think these kids need a place to play. You know, hey, y'all keep putting the same ones back in. Yeah, y'all do. Okay. And they won't hardly ever come on the air. I know Bradley Lyons is not coming, but I don't hear a whole lot from Calhoun on the airwaves. I don't hear a whole lot. Marsha would say the other day. But they need to come at least every 2 months or something to give a progress report on what's going on, but they don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Evidently they must not be saying it loud enough. And we got to take a break. We'll be back uno momento. But somebody said, I heard William Bush trying to find out why is Montgomery County spending $6,000 on a park in East Montgomery with the emergency relief Montgomery. And I don't know if that's true or not. People are talking about this, believe it or not. Karen Jones and Tony Knight and hers, all these folks. I don't know if what they're saying is true. I don't know if you can you use the ARPA money? I mean, and I'm still trying to figure out when is the major money going to be spent before, unless we're going to really give it all to Levitate. When is it going to be? When is some definitive project? Can we just name one definitive project that is underway after almost 2 years? Can anybody tell me? Okay, we got 3 months left in this year. Okay, this is October. Let's see, this is September, October, November. We got 3 months left. We got 3 months left in the year. You got 14 people, city council and whatever, trying to, and the county. We can't figure out how to spend money. There's not one significant change that is coming to fruition because of this money, except Levitate right now is putting their checking account and overtime drive trying to get the money. So other than that, listen, y'all keep putting the same people in office. I don't know why, but you do. I'm getting tired of the meetings about the meetings. And that's what most of these meetings are about. Okay, let's have another meeting. We the most meetingest people I think I have ever seen. We meet about a meeting that somebody heard about another meeting. And we got all kinds of meetings going on. I don't know. But can any of our city councilmen this morning, or our county commissioners, my county commissioner, or what's her name? I forgot her name. What is her name? I don't see her so much. I forget her name. She's supposed to be our county commissioner. What is her name? Brenda Irving might as well be my county commissioner. I hear from her more than anybody else. But anyway, let's take a break, and we'll be back. Brenda, run for that job. I'll vote for you for that one. At least I remember who you are. Who is our county commissioner in that part of town? I know it's a woman. Man, I can't think of her name. Can't think of her name. Okay, then. We'll be back. I'll probably have that name when I come back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop today and save big. Blindster.com.
Mostly sunny again as we head throughout our Monday afternoon, but after starting things off in the 60s, low 90s, easy to come by today and again tomorrow with the low and mid 90s taking over. The last couple of days of summer will be a lot hotter than where we have been over the past week, with upper 90s making their way back into the forecast by Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity's still low though, so it's more of a dry heat. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio.
That's who she is. That's right. That's who she is. I forget her.
Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Minor accident on Highway 14 just before Fire Tower Road inbound to Wetumpka. So please use caution if you're heading in that direction. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good. Finishing up an minor accident earlier in McGinnis at Woodley. Whether your credit is perfect or just plain bad, approval for an equity loan on your home or land is just a phone call away, but you have to call. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka, 567-9000, NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Trustworthy, up to date, dependable. We're your news station. News Radio 1440.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Petey Erning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
From cutting grass to planting fields, you need the right equipment from a team you can count on.
SunSouth, we have 21 locations ready to serve you with the quality John Deere equipment to manage your property faster, more efficiently, and more affordably. Like the John Deere 1025R tractor with loader starting at only $255 a month. So why wait another season to do more? To find the John Deere that's right for you, come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires September 30th, 2022.
Ben here with Just Blinds in Prattville, and I want to remind you we are so much more than just blinds. We are timeless beauty and plantation shutters, complementing your style with custom draperies and curtains. Just Blinds also offers the best in American-made wood blinds and Roman and woven wood shades. And Just Blinds is here to help you make the best selections in motorization and smart home options, and take advantage of free in-store professional design help. Visit Just Blinds in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? How do you clean
What about your nose?
With Navage. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, dirt, and germs, and it's why nose cleaning is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they also find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Nearly 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying things like, "Best product I've ever used," and "Amazing, I love my Navage." That's because Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Park and Big Ben is tolling at 1-minute intervals. The whole thing broadcasts live to more than 200 countries.
Okay, enough about Queen Elizabeth's funeral thing there. I mean, hey, right on. She's gone. I wish I could be guaranteed I lived 96 years, I'd be okay. 860-1440. You know, one thing about one of the cultural traits of the Black community in two areas is this one, and I do not know if it serves Black folks well. One is bivocational preachers, and the other is bivocational representatives. People who work jobs, and they got to work. People who work jobs, and at the same time try to represent you. Preachers who work a job and try at the same time to preach to you, and again, it's honorable, but somehow it doesn't change anything, because our representatives, for the most part, can't really come on the air, because now I can understand self-employment, because self-employment you can take off when you want to, but when you work for the school system, and some people do it well, I got you, but when you work for the city, when you work for the government, you can't just take off work. But maybe we should rethink the people that we put in office and make sure they have the, because this is like a marriage. Okay, yeah, representing people is like a marriage, and some marriages don't work. And but when we want to talk to you, we want to talk to you. We don't want to hear about you was at work. You couldn't make it because you was at work. We don't want to hear about the preacher, Mr. Jones. Can you go see the hospital? Well, I can't go see her now because I'm at work. Okay, hey, then maybe you ought to let somebody else do the job. I'm just saying, that is one of the problems of our culture, especially in the Black community, where we want to put bivocational people in office, and even though it's a part-time job, it really isn't. It's a full-time job being a representative. We should hear from these guys so much that we get tired of hearing from them, but we really don't. We really don't. It's like they run, and they don't know how much they could learn by coming on the airways all the time. They could learn a lot, okay? They will learn what the expectations are. But this bivocational representation and preaching, sometimes it does not serve us well as a group of people. It just does not. I've been watching for 31 years now. It just don't work. You need somebody who does nothing but this full time. So they're not surprised about when you bring up things to them. They can scour Facebook, they can do all kinds of things. They can find out what people really want. But our folks, they only come to us after the race is lost and the fight is over. Then they come to us. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Oh, Doug. Hey, you. Oh yeah, you. what? What you? Okay. Don't tell me where I'm wrong. Okay. Well, theoretically, you can. Why are you talking about vacation? Then don't run for office. Right, right. Listen, I know about that, but don't run for office then. Right. I'm just saying our representation sucks because we have bivocational people who got to work for the man, and that's why they don't really know a whole lot of things that's going on in the community because they got a job. Well, if wait a minute. If you got a job, you got two masters. Well, people who are retired get the check coming every month. That's true. That's true. I'm with you. Well, you can now, man. You got a lot of money in the bank. That's what I hear. I mean, I'm just, but you have to admit there is an allegiance that's torn when you work for your job and you serve the people. There is a one's going to suffer and one won't. It is what it is. Now you do a good job of getting out. Willie Doom did a good job of getting out, but not everybody. Most of the people who got to meet the man, they really can't, you know, be out there that much. Yeah, yeah, right. Hmm. Mm. And again, and again, I'm not, listen, I understand the nuances of the job, but on the other hand, like somebody's writing on Facebook, somebody's complaining about $6,000 that's being spent on soccer fields. Excuse me. Oh Lord, I was totally wrong. $6 million? Well, close to it. So why is and so the complaint that the people have, how come somebody don't spend that kind of money in West Montgomery on a soccer field?
Fields at AUM instead of building a soccer complex on the west side of town. But again, the kids in West right, but the kids in West Montgomery want the same thing. Okay, six. I thought that said 6,000. That said 6 million. Not enough zeros on there. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And, and, and right, and I don't have a whole lot of time. You have to come down and explain some of that, but but everybody, we've been hearing that for a long time about all the things people want to do in West Montgomery, and it's still yet to come to fruition. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, who's in charge of making it happen? Okay. Well, we didn't have any problem with the water part. Yeah, that's right. And that's a great plan. Yeah, that's a great plan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Hey, listen. Appreciate your call. Listen, okay. Let's take a break. Come back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Want to see pick on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster now and save 45% off everything. Just use code radio. Offer and soon.
Yes, sir.
Blindster.com.
Mostly sunny again as we head throughout our Monday afternoon, but after starting things off in the 60s, low 90s, easy to come back.
Well,
And again,
is there any significant movement toward any project that's supposed to be? I mean, Levitate's going to get all the money.
upper 90s, making their way back in the forecast by Wednesday or Thursday. Humidity's still low though, so more of a dry. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by...
And that makes sense. That makes sense. But
on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, we've got one accident that's being worked by the authorities. Minor accident, Highway 14, just before Fire Tower Road, inbound towards Wetumpka. So
And
please caution there.
and I did ask
Running
you
slow on
how much money
in Redland Road, but that's just normal area of backup. Learn to be a heavy equipment operator at Trinum State. Registration is now open. Get trained and hire staff. Trinum State, skills for success. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Attention River Region listeners. Take advantage of 4 new tires with no money down at Chico's Auto Pros, Montgomery's #1 rated tire store. Chico's Auto Pros.
My Pillow is having their biggest bed sheet sale ever. The My Pillow Percale sheets are available in a variety of colors, and all sizes are on sale. For example, the queen size, regular price $89.98, now only $39.98 with your promo code. Order now, as there's a very limited supply. The My Pillow Percale sheets are breathable and have a cool, crisp feel. They have deep pockets to fit over any mattress. These come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code Westwood to receive the My Pillow Percale sheets for as low as $29.98. Order now, because when they're gone, they're gone.
or call 800-653-7485 and use promo code Westwood.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through. Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever.
My family's support keeps me strong. Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps you can take to help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laundry Pelosi with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Getting ready for a new baby is a busy time. An important decision is how you will feed your baby. Breastfeeding will give your baby the best start in life. Breast milk is easy to digest and it has all the nutrients your baby needs. Breast milk protects babies from diseases and infections, and the close physical contact creates a special bond. If you have questions about breastfeeding, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Break it
Children's
down.
development and raise the risk of obesity. To lower the risks, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed meats. Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat can cause chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them. It was Lyme disease from the tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from the mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And let us down, and we all should let us be. Okay, then. Time to go to work. Time to go to work. Sorry I haven't given you guys time lately. It's 7:48 in the morning on this Monday morning. Brisk, chilly morning. I love this kind of weather, you know. I can wear a tracksuit all year long now. All the rest of the year I don't put on blue jeans or anything. I just wear my tennis shoes and track shoes. So when I hit the street and I can run, you know, run to work. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. That's gonna happen. The numbers are 860-14. Let's go back to phone. Thanks everybody for holding on so long there, Lobo. Trying to get some from Doug. Good morning, you on there? Yes, I'm doing fine. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm running out of time, Mr. Ed, but I appreciate it. I'm running out of time, but I got to get some more coffee. It's been holding on a while. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And again, again, the excuses. Yeah. So, well, I don't know, but mm, all right, yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Well, somebody wrote that. I think. Wait a minute. There are a lot more zeros, but I guess I just saw the first three zeros and kept moving. And we always right. We always told about the fight once it's over. Yeah. 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 Oh, from from yeah, Brett Favre kind of got me on that one, but I don't know the whole nuances of that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. I ain't gonna say everybody's a thief. Yeah, come on. Some people. Oh, this hard though. Don't let me deal with all that money because I've been got some of it. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Don't put me in charge of a whole lot of money. Good morning. Who's this? All right. Got Tim. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. I'm doing fine. Can't say that I did. Hmm. And again, I appreciate, it, but we really trying to stay right here in Montgomery right now because this is where our problems lie. Well, we need somebody to think. So it should be volunteerism. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. 7:56 in the morning. And do not forget the sponsor of our show, JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. Don't forget online inventory. You can buy here, you can pay there, you can buy there and pay there. The cars have been cleared of all known issues, and they have all of the cars, not just one or two. All of the cars have passed a rigorous inspection process, internally and externally. They check them out. They're at 208 Gun Road, 272-4313. They will help you get in the car. All you gotta do is be honest with them. Be honest with them. Look the man straight in the eye, shake his hand, mean what you say what you mean. Okay, they'll help you get in the car. No sense walking. 208 Gun Road. But if you can't make it over there because you don't have a car, go to the website, jllanetruckandauto.com. Okay, check it out. And you can actually fill out an application, all that kind of thing, right there online. So, okay, so I don't want to hear about you. You can't get a car. You can get one. All right. 860-1440 is the number here. Anyway, so it's $6 million. I don't know where I got the $6,000 from. What is six? I don't like soccer. It seems like they're trying to put soccer on us. Look like the more immigrants we get in America, the more we try to satisfy them than we satisfy the folks who've been there whole life. And again, I ain't got no problem with immigrants. I love them. I don't blame them for coming here. I don't. Hell, if I was old, I'd be trying to get here too. So there ain't no doubt about it. But it does seem that America has a culture. And it's almost as if our culture of America, we are a football nation, football and baseball and stuff like that. It would seem like to me, maybe if we put some baseball fields in some of the minority communities, maybe we could get kids interested in baseball or football or something. I mean, it's soccer just not something that black folks traditionally have been engaged in. Let's say from Puerto Rico or someplace like that, yeah, or something. I don't know. But anyway, $6 million, man, that's a lot of cheese. Okay, so we got the park over here that costs 25% more money than the water park that's costing 25% more than it was going to cost, which means that we're going to end up paying for that extra money too. Oh well, I guess those guys make more money than I do, so I guess they're smarter than I am. We'll be back. This is News Radio 1440.
Your WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. The 10 days of public mourning following the death of Queen Elizabeth has ended, and today the world
to the fire.
President Joe Biden, along with other world leaders and dignitaries, will be among the 10,000 invited guests to her state funeral. Queen leaves London for the last time. With trial only a few days away, AAA Alabama believes drivers could soon see more relief at the gas pump. Prices could even dip below $3 a gallon. Right now, the average cost of regular gas in Alabama is $3.25. Chick-fil-A is set to open the second location in Prattville this week. The newest location will be at 2021 Fairview Avenue. It's set to open Thursday and will have dine-in, drive-through, mobile ordering, and a playground. It's operated by Daniel Greer, who also operates the city's other location on Cosmore Road. I'm Jasmine Williams with your Morning Headline.
News Radio 1440 WLWI-AM, the home of Sean Hannity, also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Steve Futterman at Westminster Abbey in London. A state funeral full of pageantry and grandeur for Queen Elizabeth. Inside the centuries-old Gothic church where she was married and had her coronation, Britain's longest-reigning monarch was given a moving farewell. The Archbishop of Canterbury called her a unique leader.
Her late Majesty famously declared on a 21st birthday broadcast that her whole life would be dedicated to serving the nation and Commonwealth.
Inside the church were 2,000 people led by the king. There were foreign dignitaries, including President Biden. At the end of the service, as her coffin was removed, bagpipes. The Queen's body is now on its way to Windsor Castle. There will be another service there, then a private burial. She will be laid to rest next to her husband, Prince Philip. I'm Steve Futterman at Westminster Abbey. Now with more CBS News, here's Monica Ricks.
Millions in Puerto Rico don't have power this morning and are dealing with more devastation from Hurricane Fiona.
Tengo familiares. I have family. I have friends, and it's hard. It's hard to relive everything that's happening. Necesitamos ayuda. We need help. Let us not forget. Don't forget all of those Puerto Ricans who are there, who today need us.
People are still recovering from Hurricane Maria, which hit 5 years ago tomorrow. As for Fiona, WCBS meteorologist Craig Allen says she's not done.
The Dominican Republic also has very mountainous terrain, and it's quite possible that we will squeeze out about as much rainfall in some areas across the island as much as we had across Puerto Rico. So there is the potential of 10 to 20 inches of rain in the mountainous terrain, and that could cause mudslides, landslides.
Alaska's recovering from remnants of a typhoon which caused widespread flooding along the coast. Governor Mike Dunleavy.
Wherever there is help that is needed, we'll be getting that help there as soon as possible.
A Kentucky man who killed 3 students in a school shooting 25 years ago is now up for parole. CBS's Jim Krasula.
Michael Carneal was a 14-year-old freshman in 1997 when he fired a stolen pistol at a before-school prayer group in the lobby of Heath High School near Paducah, Kentucky. A parole hearing for Carneal starts today with testimony from his victims. Carneal is expected to make his case for his release tomorrow.
A new report by PEN America finds a rapid acceleration of book censorship in the U.S. Schools and libraries in 32 states have banned more than 1,600 titles, many relating to race and sexuality over the last year. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now would be perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
People are clamoring to buy tickets for Broadway's longest running show.
Sales for Phantom of the Opera have exploded since Friday's announcement. The show will close this winter after its 35th anniversary. Producer Cameron McIntosh tells the New York Post that tills are alive with the sound of the music of the night, with millions of dollars pouring in a matter of hours. But it's not enough to bolster an overall weakening box office and rising production costs. Though McIntosh says he's confident Phantom will return at some point. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Viola Davis's new action flick, The Woman King, conquered the box office in its first weekend in theaters. It earned $19 million in ticket sales. Horror movie Barbarian took second place with $6 million. Overall, analysts say it's a relatively slow time right now for theaters. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
The 25K Workday Payday. Here's your national keyword to win $100. Text BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK, to 95819.
I never won anything in the radio before. Wow.
Standard messaging rates apply. Don't text and drive. We'll text back to confirm your entry. If you win, you'll be qualified to win the grand prize of $25,000. It's the 25K Workday Payday on News Radio 1440.
Hey listener, welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it!
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's dubbed, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Is the voice of the conservative millennial. And Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, so this is not a sports show, but I am from South Bend. Okay, you know, and every once in a while I got to play the Fighting Irish song because that's that's how I roll. Okay, the home of Newt Rockney, Rudy, Air Parsegian. Who's the other coach down there? Dan Devine. Home. Or what's the other guy name that went on to the NFL? Can't think of his name with it. But anyway, hey, what can I tell you? I mean, what can I tell you? When you're from South Bend, you have to go for Notre Dame. I'm just saying, that's the way we roll. Anyway, good morning to you. Yeah, six. I don't know why I said 6,000. But that was $6 million. That's a lot of cheese. But I'm still wondering. And again, okay, here's the question that must be asked. Next year we got a mayoral election coming up. In November we got state elections coming up. When are we as citizens really going to demand the tough questions? Let's take the Public Service Commission. Now, I'm going to do my best to get Mr. Toten Oden or the other guy on the air so to explain to us why Alabama Power still gets a guaranteed rate of return. No other business gets a guaranteed rate of return from the state of Alabama. So I don't understand why. Listen, in my business, if I don't make any money, I just don't make any money. When I have my business full time, you just don't make any money. So why should the citizens be punished because of their either mismanagement or the economy? When the economy goes down, I would think that they got to suffer like everybody else does. But Alabama Power doesn't really have to suffer. They can raise their rates, I guess, from what I understand. Now, if I am wrong, please, somebody from the Public Service Commission, please call and tell us. Because they are guaranteed a certain rate of return. And I just think that, why? Why? And then they can go up on your bill anytime they want to, it seems, because Twinkle and Mr. Toten Oden and all these guys never come to us and ask us a thing. They go to this little bit of meeting. And then here's another thing. When you try to record the meetings, a friend of mine who ran out of Birmingham, tried to record the meetings, they wouldn't let them record the meeting. But it's a public meeting. So again, there's going to come a point. One thing Trump got right about one thing. There is going to be a hell of a lot of chaos in America if things don't change. Okay, if things don't change. If people can go, really, you got people sitting outside the light company now trying to figure out how to pay their light bill because we allow Alabama Power to go up, even though our checks hadn't gone up at all. Our checks don't go up because when Alabama and if Alabama Power goes up, everything that includes power goes up. So it's not just Alabama Power going up. It is everything that's associated with the distribution of power. Goes up. Gas goes up. Everything goes up. And then they talk about wanting to make everything electrical. Wait a minute. They're talking about everything. They want to do away with fossil fuel cars. Well, we'll have to be living in our cars pretty soon if that happens, because we won't be able to afford both a place to stay and a car. We won't be able to afford both. Okay, unless they're gonna put in some electric buses downtown. I don't know, but anyway, So anyway, so every year, especially when it gets about this time of year, everybody gets concerned about certain parts of town, and then a year later, we're still concerned about that certain part of town. So where's I haven't heard from Dan. Is his name Daniel Harris? Dan Harris, Daniel, whatever his name. Haven't heard from him. I listen, guys. I realize that they have city council meetings, a county commission meeting. I realize that, but I'm not in. I don't want to go down there and say you can only get so many people in that room anyway, and you only get so much time to talk. I do believe that everybody on that county, besides Doug and Sankey, they don't mind coming. But everybody else, you don't really hear much from her. And who's this new lady that's down there? What's her name? Arrington or something like that? No, that's the lady that goes on the Democrats put on the ballot after throwing away almost 14,000 votes. They threw them away, at least 9,000 votes that Sabrina Martin got, and they decided to put on there who they wanted to. You know, this is crazy. So all those folks go to vote on the Democratic ticket. They all go to vote. Again, you're not a Democrat, you just vote Democrat. So you go to vote for this woman. The high muckety mucks of the Democratic Party says, well, because of this, because of that, because of that, because of this, we're gonna remove her. Now, if you and I threw away 9,000 votes, we go to jail. If we went to the box and threw away 9,000 votes and disregarded the votes that have been tabulated and counted, we would go to jail for vote tampering. But the Democratic Party here in Montgomery, here in Alabama, decided that Miss Sabrina Martin, who got 9,000 votes, we're going to disregard those votes because she got a history that we don't like. Sabrina Martin was running for office for a year. For a year. Okay? I guess they didn't take her seriously. But I want you guys to really think about that. You live in America. We have people who have died in Afghanistan, Iraq, and places like that because if the right person didn't get amount of votes over there, they would throw out the votes. We got people who have left their children and their blood in other countries. But Alabama's Democratic Party says, well, we know that she got all the votes, but we didn't like something she did. So they pulled a Banana Republic thing and took a person off the ballot who got legitimate votes. And now you are being asked to vote for someone who nobody knows, except a couple people. Nobody really knows her. Okay? Now, I understand the putting person in place, and it is the governor's responsibility and duty to put somebody in place in Elton Dean's spot. We don't really know her either, but that's the way the rules go. That's the rules for that. The governor gets to put in there who she wants to. Haven't really heard her. Hadn't reached out to her. She hasn't reached out to us to come on air and introduce herself to Montgomery. I've never heard of her. I've been there 31 years, never heard of her. But I would imagine evidently somebody heard of her because now she's new county commissioner. Rhonda Walker, which is mine, we hear from her once in a while. A couple weeks ago now, I must admit, to be fair, she was on for a couple of minutes with Brenda. I let Brenda give her the interview. And again, I do have this thing where I will allow you to interview somebody via the phone if you want to. If you think you can do a better job than I can, then I'll let you do it. I ain't got no problem. Tell me who you want. Tell me who you want to be, and I'll tell them. So you want to interview them, and we'll do that. You can be anywhere in America, and you can do it. I'll set it up so we can do it via phone, so you can talk to them. So if you don't like the way I do it, let's see how you do it. Anyway, so much for that. But we are wondering. There are some people who are wondering how come certain parts of Montgomery seems to get the priority, and other parts of Montgomery who don't seem to get any priority. So $6 million is a lot of money when we just trying to get lights over there at Floyd School so the young folks can play football. So are we saying that it's more important now to embrace a sport that only immigrants, for the most part, play in America and true America. Most Americans don't play soccer. We just don't. We're not even crazy about it. I mean, that's just not part of our culture. But we are trying to satisfy people who I thought you come to America to be Americans. So this is the land of football, not your kind of football, our kind of football. Quarterback, running backs, things of that nature. And we got a lot of these what they call them, Pop Warner things. I know Andre Howard's got a team. I mean, they got a lot of things. Anwar Taylor's got a team. We got a lot of these kids out there that keep them out of trouble, but they can't seem to get the same kind of support that soccer gets in the city of Montgomery. $6 million. Do you know what $6 million can do for some of our local people who are trying to keep these kids out of the street? You know what $6 million can do for that? It can do one hell of a thing. Put some lights into the field over there at Floyd where there are no lights. Okay? I don't know. There's just a lot of things that $6 million can do besides come up with another soccer field. And besides that, soccer gets a lot of sponsorship. Let them collect. Let the folks go. We got people in Montgomery that can write a check for that amount. Let them write it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah, and I would imagine that we can probably find many more streets that need some pavement on it. Evidently, that money comes from a different group of money. Mm. Well, evidently, somebody just called me this morning and told me that somebody's street was getting paved. So I guess they do. The city council has a system by which they pave roads, and you might want to call Brenda Blaylock or one of your city council. Who's city councilman over there? Aranda, have Aranda explain it, because they do have a system. And if you're not high up on the pecking order, because no matter whose street they do, somebody's going to say our street needs pavement. And Federal Drive needs some pavement. Yeah. So and evidently it takes a lot of money to pave just a quarter mile of a street. So I don't know, but I hear you. I hear you. Hey, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. We ain't talking about them. We talking about the local kids here. We're talking about the local kids. I'm talking about the local kids. Mm-hmm. 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 So why can't we do both? Why can't we take care of our the little kid local? I'm talking about probably none. Well, listen, I hear you that, but are we saying that the folks on the post side of town who don't play soccer should not have the same priority? We don't, culturally we don't play a lot of soccer. Black folks don't play soccer. A couple maybe. Well, I don't know any, so And I want to see the number. If you can show me the numbers that say we made $6 million this weekend, I'll shut up about it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I do know that the Parks and Recreation Department brings in more money than any. Right, right. Because I can't stand soccer. Because, well, I know that, but I'm not worried about. Oh, no. I'm worried about the local kids who need lights so they can do some things too. I'm in that, but evidently, Alabama Power, some people won't, and the board. I guess the board has not put the money aside for the lights. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Okay, yeah. Uh, it's not 10. It's not 25%. Uh-huh. They can take our wait. They can take our prices up without even giving us warning. Oh, okay. And my check's not going to get any bigger. So we're going to start putting people out of their houses that can't afford the light bill because Alabama Power decides we want to go up. And once you go up on, okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Nobody else gets a guaranteed profit. Nobody, no other business in this state gets that. And why aren't they? This is still America. Why aren't they? Why isn't? Yeah, we got Dixie Power. I don't. But again, why do we guarantee any private business a certain amount of profit? Mm. Well, I understand the words, but I don't understand the theory. Huh? All right then. We're back. We'll be back after this. Really?
To the sanctuary Vacation Island as a way of highlighting the border crisis, says the Obamas should open their $12 million home to newcomers. Person's name is Jane Chittick. former town official turned crime novelist, has lived in Martha's Vineyard for 42 years, but now spends part of the year in Florida. And she said, I don't think that people like the Obamas with huge estates who live here in the summer will care about the migrants. I would love to see the Obamas open up their huge property, erect tents, and look after all these people while they're being processed.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
You know, more and more parents are exploring homeschooling now. If not in your family, you probably still know someone who is. Now, you need to check out Acellus Power Homeschool. Power Homeschool is the official program that is offered by Acellus for parents homeschooling their children. And at powerhomeschool.org, well, you're going to see how this program keeps parents in control of their children's education, and they're offering online courses right in the safety of your home and taught by some of America's greatest teachers. Now, it's a way to keep your students learning at grade level while allowing for more parental influence and involvement. With Acellus Power Homeschool, well, they're going to get a quality education studying right there at home. Now, it's not too late for the fall season. Just check out Acellus Power Homeschool right now, your affordable homeschool solution. You can learn a lot more at powerhomeschool.org. That's powerhomeschool.org.
It could be information to change your life forever. Or the Something You Should Know podcast could just be something interesting.
Patrick McGinnis is actually the guy who first coined the phrase fear of missing out. This reminds me of when you're in the supermarket and you're always worried you're going to pick the slowest line, and inevitably you do.
Part of what helps us to overcome that is a sense of gratitude. Those 3 seconds, if you can just use that time to be appreciative of what you have, you will not be focusing on what you don't have. Something you should know wherever you listen.
At Tennessee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we understand the purchase of a new vehicle is one of the largest purchases you'll make. For over 35 years, thousands of customers have trusted us as their choice. Our small-town laid-back friendly feel gives you a more personal experience with less hassle. During our Jeep Adventure Days, let our professional sales staff assist you with your new vehicle purchase. Whether you're tailgating or riding the roads, the all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for your next grand adventure. TennesseeAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay. All righty then. Sorry, but I think I'm glad I didn't say anything weird a few minutes ago. I forgot that microphone or something. Listen, here again, hypocrisy on display from Democrats. Okay, I just got to call the Democrats out. You just got to. Martha's Vineyard, according to a tweet by Mastriano, I think her name is anyway, close it, whatever her name is, Alana. She said, Martha's Vineyard set a beautiful example for the nation. They used the military to deport every last illegal migrant from their island in less than 48 hours. The entire nation should emulate Martha's Vineyard. Now, if that's true, so they want Texas, Arizona, California to take all these folks who are invading their cities and towns, keep them there, and then, but when we send them up on the East Coast up there to Martha's Vineyard, where all the rich folks hang out, they deport them. Okay, now they want, yeah. So again, another classic example of hypocrisy. Don't do what we do what we say do. Okay, so it is just, and again, and I hate that the migrants are in the middle of all of this. Most of them just want to come here and make a decent living. and some just want to come and get the money and learn run. That's cool. This is America for you. But not Martha's Vineyard, not where the rich go. No, 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 no. They don't play that. So they are deporting them out the hell out of there. Woo! Good morning. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. What street? What street? What street did we pay? With there's nobody over there. Oh, maybe they trying to. Hey, maybe they trying to keep the image of the sausage good. Right, right. Federal Drive. Yeah, because it turns into Congressman Dickerson's Drive. Yeah. Well, now according they could, but according to them now that soccer field is going to make $6 million over the weekend. I mean the soccer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got to see some paperwork too. Yeah, I got to see a hell of a lot of paperwork. $6 million. Right, gotcha. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440 is 8:34 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? That's you. Right. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. I didn't. No, I didn't put it. Right. 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 They're ahead. Yeah. All right, appreciate it. And listen, I believe it's time they start answering. I believe it's time somebody start answering. And by the time we give all the ARPA money to levitate, maybe we'll get something done in somebody's neighborhood with $44 million. Maybe, I mean, because it's like 85. It used to be $85 million, but they've been paying levitate for like 2 years almost. So at 400, what's it, $42,000 a month. So maybe they just, I don't know, but they always come back when the fight is over. And somebody just told me something I didn't realize, because there are a lot of things I don't realize. Somebody said that Dixie Electric buys its power from Alabama Power. Is that true? I mean, we can't they can't put their own stuff up, although it's a hell of a lot of money they have to invest. Trust me, I know I don't have it. But do they really buy power from Alabama Power? Because if that's the case, in hell, Alabama Power is getting paid twice over. But anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. But I'm going to try to reach out to Mr. I'm going to try to talk to Mr. Toten Odin, or somebody about uh, about how this whole apparatus works. Because seriously, when you see old women outside the Alabama Power Company worrying about how they're going to pay their light bill because everything going up except their money, and you're on a fixed income, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to me to ignore. Uh, really, and that's the question I have. Is that going to happen? Would the bills keep going up to the extent that people will be put outside, have their lights cut off because they just don't have the money? I mean, is that I know people who get $600 a month Social Security, and that's it. If one food, and then somebody told me that we're talking about food stamp plate. Hell, they said some people only get $15 a month food stamp because they make too much money. you know, 50 $15. And here's another thing. Well, y'all was whining last week about people supposed to be hungry. Well, so I went into a store there. I went into Walmart the other day, and I was looking at people with the EBT cards. Used to be when you got an EBT card, you couldn't buy cooked food. You had to buy food that you had to take home and cook. Now I'm watching people use pizza. I ain't talking about pizza that you put in your oven. I'm talking about pizza that's already cooked. They go to gas stations now and buy stuff that's already done. Uh, if you misuse your resources, then of course you're going to be in dire straits. Okay, but I just watched the other day while I was in there, and people buying all kinds of things. Food that they could get so much more out of their food stamps if they bought things they could cook. Okay, like one chicken. You can buy a chicken, cut that sucker in 4 pieces, and you got at least a couple meals out of that. Okay, cut it in 8 pieces. You can cut the chicken in 8 pieces, can't you? Yeah, get half leg, and put it in some. Take a can of what's that soup? Take a can of cream soup, chicken cream soup. Put it in, bake it, put it in there, cut them up, and then you can make like what's that? Lo mein or chow mein or something like that. You can eat good on one chicken. You can eat a couple of days on one chicken. I'm just trying to tell you. But if you go to the food stamp, you go in there with food stamps, then you sit there and wonder why your food stamps are gone because you're sitting there buying pizza that's already cooked and sandwiches and food that's already cooked. It costs a whole lot much more money. That's what I was talking about last week. Good morning. Fine. But not everybody. I, Well, listen, I've had that too. I mean, you know, with, yeah, I just, but that we can't do nothing. We can't do anything about anybody else's perception because you know what really irks me more? You're walking through a parking lot and all you hear click, 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 click. Everybody locking the door like you finna rob them. I understand, but that's just something that happens. I understand. Hmm. But on the other hand, we're responsible for some of those addicts. You can't take 28 people in somebody's store, steal them blind, and it's happening all over America. Black kids, just steal them blind. No, no, I hear you, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So we don't need to. Well, right. Hey, let me ask you. When the last do you ever look at Facebook and the things that our young folks put on there? Do you ever look at this? Oh man, it's just yeah, it's embarrassing, and no wonder people have attitudes against our young folks like that. I mean, I, I mean, women, 10 of them go in the store. They go in the store. Local, it happened in Montgomery too. They went into a store, robbed the man blind, kept on going. All it takes is a minority to affect the majority. I agree with you, but we are affected by the things they do. Yes. Wait a minute. I'm not the one perpetuating it, brother. It's the people who are going out here doing these crazy things, shooting, killing every night. I mean, it ain't me. It's them. I just, you remember, there was a guy on WXVI. Remember, DJ. What was his name? He Featherstone. Right. Ralph Featherstone said something that made a lot of sense. If you don't want to hear it, don't let it happen. And you hear about them. Well, some of them hairstyles look great, and some of them hairstyles make you look like an absolute fool. I understand, but here's the problem: you have to convince people that you're worthy by the way you carry yourself, and then man, that's black and white. Because I saw a picture paper yesterday. The guy got earrings all over. He got tattooed. He's tattooed from the forehead to his feet. He got his ears pierced with big old ring with ear holes in his ear. And that son of a gun think he gonna get a job somewhere? Yeah. Amen to that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, all right, preacher. I have got to go to a break, my friend. My last break. Thank you. We'll be back after this. Like Ralph Featherstone said, if you don't want to hear it, don't let it happen to you. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio
Tell them that it's never
New blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop today and save big. Blindster.com.
Mostly sunny again as we head throughout our Monday afternoon, but after starting things off in the 60s, low 90s, easy to come by today and again tomorrow with a low mid-90s. Over the last couple of days of summer will be a lot hotter than where we have been over the past week, with upper 90s making their way back to the forecast by Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity's still low though, so it's more of a dry. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident on 85 northbound on the ramp to the East Boulevard, so watch out for that. Highway 14 at Knox Lane up in Prattville, there's an accident there. And the East Boulevard in front of the Exxon, we've got an accident reported there. Fire trucks parked at the Exxon on East Boulevard. If you see something else out there giving you trouble, safely contact us. We'll pass the info along. Whether your credit is perfect or just plain for an equity loan on your home or land is a phone call away, but you have to call. Call 800-567-9000, NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at larrypuckett.com or visit them on Cobbsford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Hey, bud, this is Coco.
Hey, Captain. I'm Walter Furniture Outlet at American Oak and More.
We have some great news. We're building a new warehouse.
Yes, the bad news is we have over $1 million worth of inventory and we have to move. That's over 4,000 pieces.
Oh, Captain, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a huge warehouse sale. I would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
For the first time ever, we will be giving an additional discount on over 4,000 items in the rustic outlet.
Don't let it pass you by.
Come save big and help us get it going.
Hey, I'm Jody.
And I'm Casey from American Oak and More.
And the Rustic Furniture Outlet.
We would like to say thank you to everyone in Montgomery, Asalda, and Elmore County for voting us your #1 furniture store in the 2022 Reader's Choice Awards. If you've never shopped with us before,
y'all come see us.
And if you've shopped with us in the past,
y'all come back, you hear?
Remember to check us out on Facebook where we post all of our new items.
You don't pay to save money, don't stop to save wood.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hoops fans, Titus and Tate are back.
At church? And then of all places. My poor mother had to yell back at this lady, what happened in Raleigh?
Mark Titus and Tate Frazier are two basketball diehards talking NBA, NCAA, and all things sports.
They don't know anyone. Yes, they don't know anything. Yeah. What is wrong with these guys? And to that we would say,
listen and subscribe to Titus and Tate free wherever you get your podcasts for the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Do you want to know the secret to baby brain development? It's you. Your baby's brain develops rapidly in her first few years. 2 apples on top. So talk to her. Read and sing as much as you can starting from birth. You don't need fancy toys. Play peekaboo, read a book, or just talk about your day. For more information on baby brain development, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay. Okay. My dumb question of the day. My dumb question of the day. I gotta have one. I got a dumb question of the day. And I don't know the answer. Okay, I know the answer, but not really. But we'll see. Okay. Now, here is here's a question. The the Earth that we live on, with the ones that, with the skies above it and all that stuff. The Earth, the place where we call home for the time being. It is 3/4 water. Okay, 3/4 water. Okay, in other words, uh, 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 I mean 3/4 water. 60. Is it 60? So three, four. How many fourths are in it? So 75% of the Earth is water. Okay. Okay. I'm just I want to give this the proper perspective. 75% of the Earth, 25% of the Earth is land mass, but the other 75% is water. I got a question for you guys today. Good morning. Who's this? See, that's what okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna leave that alone. So anyway, with 75% of the Earth being water, can somebody tell me why we buy water? Really, I would like to know. I mean, if you boil the water and boil all the bad stuff, wouldn't that do it? Or put some stuff in it to clean it or something? Why do we buy water? And did you know that water is the only thing that never leaves? Is one of the few things that never leaves the atmosphere. All the water that you're drinking used to be someplace used to be in someplace else in the world. All the water you're drinking, it never goes away. I just wonder, why do we buy water? Why do we spend millions, put millions of plastic bottles in the in our disposal places? Millions of plastic bottles, and we turn around and talk about saving the ocean, saving the world. Millions of bottles a year. When the earth is, I mean, now I could see if we put them in glass bottles and we took the glass bottles back and washed them out again and use them again. I could live with that. But plastic bottles that we throw away. So 75% of the earth is water. So what's up with that? I want somebody to give me, except for convenience, can somebody, 860-1440, tell me why you buy water? I just want to know. I'm trying to I'm trying to logically understand, with all this water that we have for free, why we pay for it in bottles and pollute the earth even worse with all these millions of bottles. Well, come on, somebody. I mean, come on. And Democrats, who always talk about they want to save the earth, walk around with more bottles than Republicans do. See, a good Republican would just turn on the spigot, drink a little water. It may taste kind of bad because, but he'll still deal with it. But the Democrats got to have the nice bottle and the nice little bottle holder, for the bike and all that stuff. So they're polluting the earth, but at the same time don't want us to drive a gas car. I tell you that plastic bottles are doing more harm to this earth than gasoline in my car ever would do. Okay? Anybody disagree? Prove it to me scientifically. Show me. Plastic bottles hurt our oceans, they hurt our animals, and they give and now, matter of fact, they say right now they say right now that it is hard to even catch a fish today without plastic being inside their system. So I'm just wondering, why do you guys buy water? Oh, well, here's somebody. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Because it is. It is. Democrats walk around more water bottles than anybody I know. They do. Well, Okay. No. Republicans are wait a minute. Republicans are rough and tough. Okay, we don't walk around with 3 bottles of water. I mean, they don't. I'm not. Hey, listen. Hey, I'm almost out of time, bro. But we'll get back that get on that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have time. I'm just telling the way I see it. Good morning. Hello. Yes. Yes. They boil it in water. Well, that's good. That's good. We need to boil. Yeah. Well, we can put a Brita filter on our thing in our house, and well, the water costs money too. Now I understand Jackson, Mississippi, right now. I got them. Yeah, I understand Jackson why they're not buying water down there right now because the water right now is key. I got that part. Right. It should be. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I got to take one more call. We'll finish this conversation another day. Good morning, quickly. Okay. So why you keep buying it? Why you keep buying it? Okay, I got you. Hey, time's up. Okay, listen, that's you, brother. I'm good. All right. Anyway, time's up. I see y'all supporting that, buying that water thing. Anyway, see you later. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a great day.
1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. The 10 days of public mourning following the death of Queen Elizabeth has ended.
Buying that water. Buying that water. Buying that water.